Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25.
On the ready.
65, 65, 65. Back, fight.
On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And not the start he was hoping for there, as he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
At the 25-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10.
No.
Topper! Shoot!
A shotgun handoff to Henry. And the stiff arm made it a pretty little run. Not a huge gain, but a nice chunk of yardage. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. An early test for this defense. Here we go on third and inches.
Let's go, D. Tighten up.
Out of the gun, Tannehill. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. That one good for a pickup of 15 for Tennessee.
And the key number on that play, 3. Third play of the drive, third down, spectacular catch, turns into a first down.
First down saves them from a 3 and out.
On the double.
Pick up the ball.
Hey, Zoo.
Mark 38. Touchdown, defense.
Mike 38, Mike 38. Hey, let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D.
Hey, wahoo!
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. First and 15.
Mark 38. Mark 38.
Watch the slants. Watch the slants. Mike 38, Mike 38.
Check Mike. Go down for Mike. It's a party now. It's a party now.
Ready.
A shotgun snap for Tannehill. It's complete. This is Derrick Henry. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Back-to-back nice plays for Tennessee. Another first down for the Titans.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Let's go.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's first and 10 at the 36. They'll run with Henry. And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4.
You better get in the weight room, son.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a second and 6.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right.
Hey, Delta.
4 there. 11. 38 to Mike. Let's go. Mark 38. Mark 38. Mark 38.
Hey, check.
on, baby.
Now Tannehill toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to A.J. Brown that time. Third down here.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, They'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is third down.
Check, 48's the mic.
We own them. We own them.
48's the mic. I'm coming.
Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot.
Watch the flood. Watch the flood. Watch the flood. Watch the flood. Motion. Pop.
Big Ripper.
Here's Tannehill. And it's complete. Henry. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So second catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So if they can get him going in the passing game, that should open up his running game too. Back to the ground now. It's Henry. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Go.
Check, 48's the mic. Check, 48's the mic. Pick me up. Here we go. Yeah. 48's the mic.
Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together. Get it.
Tannehill now to throw. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line.
Offensively, when you see cover 2, the thought has to go through the quarterback's head. Drive the football when making throws. It's not just the deep guys covering. It's the guys underneath you have to be careful of. Drive your throw. Otherwise, you see what results? Interceptions.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 16. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. The tackle was by the Boston College product, Harold Landry.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
We're going to 52.
Mike 55, Mike 55, Mike 55.
We ain't giving them nothing today.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Prescott. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. He was out there waving his arms saying, throw it here, dropped it, not a good look.
Well, all I can do is just look at him with contempt on that one. As a defensive back, I'm saying, not as an announcer. Just like, really?
A little bit of a diva look, isn't it?
Yeah, very much so, because I think what happens is he just had too much time to think. He's wide open now. Here comes the ball, and he doesn't concentrate and drops it.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Prescott to throw it. And he's got Ezekiel Elliott. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first.
Kill. Hey, kill. 27.
Watch twist. going to 53. Go, get out there. 26.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
47.
29 is Mike. Listen. We're pretty quiet, G. We're pretty quiet. 29 is Mike. Mike 29. Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball. 29 is Mike. Mike 29. I don't even know why this team.
To the air again, Prescott. He's going to get this to Austin complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one good for 26 and a 1st down. So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Looking to throw. Prescott. And this one caught along the sideline, but they say already out of bounds. Now the throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield, and that brings up 2nd down. No score after 1 on EA Sports. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
Prescott yet again. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jarrell Casey with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack.
47. Gun.
Prescott now from the 50. He'll let it fly for Austin. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. That's already the 3rd time they've looked his way on this opening drive. He's caught 1 of the 3.
That doesn't mean they won't continue to go in that direction. It feels like they think they've got something good going there, and they think those numbers are going to increase.
And he gets it away. A directional kick going toward the sideline.
Let's go. Do it.
At their own 19-yard line.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive.
Check tight. Check tight.
Now it's Henry. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Yep. Check 48's the mic. Hey, orbit. 5.
On 2nd and a couple. Tannehill. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 44-yard line.
Come on,
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. A first down carry for Henry. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Hey, Haywood!
Coming tight. 4 down, 4 down. Hey, look, 48. Look, hey, we don't like the 48 right now. Let's go.
You don't know no better. Hey, Charlie!
48 Mike. I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you.
Just beating the play clock now. It's Tannehill. A short throw, and it's going to be pulled in by Ferkser. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
It's so important to tackle well against these guys, but you and I both know that's easier said than done when the guy you're trying to tackle looks like this guy.
And it's usually going to take more than one man to get him down, and it did right there. Tannehill now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10.
Recon, 132 fighter.
2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half.
Here we go.
Ready? 30 base.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do. That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
On 2nd and a yard, Tannehill. This will be caught by Brown. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Just a gain of a yard, but it's going to set him up with a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 6
Go
yard
now.
line.
60 pitch first.
Let's go. Hey, defense. Hey, defense, let's go.
Under two draw Corker.
Shoot, shoot, shoot.
Let's go.
They'll try and run for it with Henry. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. A 6-yard touchdown run as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned they're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk is a big decision here.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. He's going to air one out. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. On the return, Jackson. 51 yards on the punt there. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Looking deep downfield. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Second and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Go. Five.
Mark 38. Watch the run.
The final shot here before the break, Tannehill. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the 2nd half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the 2nd half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Check. Cross.
Go. Get out there.
They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
It's easy work. It's coming again.
The tackle made by Kevin Pollard. A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
Kill.
39-yard line.
54. Come on. 54. 54.
Hey, the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving.
From the 39, Prescott. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Harold Landry, what a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. To throw is Prescott. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line.
And then, okay, so you know what Mom told me, right? No, he said he would handle it with a PO, but I guess I lied about it. I'm trying to lie about it. I had to be lying because police got caught.
Let's go.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any point.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Now, that was a beautiful play. A pick six. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
Forbath, the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
Hey, pick your game up. He's crashing. He's checking crash. Kill.
Look, squeeze. Now.
They'll try and get the run game going. This is Henry. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. They'll keep it on the ground. Henry, and he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Tannehill. And he will find Davis. That's complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Set up. 90 Wolf.
Squeeze, double.
Tannehill on 1st down. And now he lost the football. Tannehill loses it.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile.
team, spill. Let's get in there. Let's get in there. Hey, Alpha. Ready?
Here's Tannehill. Open man is Cameron Batson.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
Set, ready? 10-2 soft. Hey, shakes 3. 218, chopper. Yo, go!
Check 48's the mic. Go.
Go!
On third down, Henry. And they'll get this across midfield, but not nearly close to a first down as he stopped at the 48. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up fourth down.
64, weak.
It's fourth down.
Hey.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Tannehill staying out there. They're going to go on fourth down.
I smell fear in that offense. Check 13. General West.
Mike 48. Here we go, D. Get off the field.
Hey, look. Bravo.
We go Mike to 48 right now. Let's go. Watch the pass. 48's Mike. 48's Mike.
We got to get the ball, D. Get the ball right here. Let's go.
They snap it to Tannehill. They'll get this complete to Batson. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. Tannehill now 11 of 15 through the air. Here's first and 10.
Watch safety 3.
Henry. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Byron Jones in there to make the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Tannehill throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
Mike 38. Hey, I'm coming. Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
Six, pull it high. Hey, zoom.
Mike 38. Watch the curl.
Check 52. Check 24.
Get it.
Throwing on third down, Tannehill. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 13-yard line.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Tannehill now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's first and 10. This is Henry. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Got it.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now Tannehill. And that is caught. Walker. Touchdown Titans. 10 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Titans have taken the lead. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
Extra point up and good by Suckup. And that makes the score 14-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet. You're trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
Good.
On 2nd and 9, Prescott. Oh, Prescott stripped. It's picked up by the Titans. And they're going to get the football just outside the 10 at the 11-yard line.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down.
Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. Anthony Ferkser there to make the grab. And the Titans capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point try now for Suckup. It's good, and it is now 21-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it now.
Under pressure, they got him again. The 305-pound defensive end, Jarrell Casey, gets the sack. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down at 17. Here's Prescott. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. 3rd and long for Prescott. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Harold Landry coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. The Cowboys will go. Prescott, now a desperation throw deep downfield. He's got a man, complete. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Prescott looks to throw on first. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Looked like it might have been intercepted, but he's out of bounds. And a good thing, too, probably. That would have cost him yardage. But now they'll get the ball back on the turnover on downs. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
Hey, kill. 29 is Mike 29 is Mike 29. Let's go, Heavy. Sweat. Hey. What you got, Heavy? Give me some. Here we go. Hey. We're going to 54. What do you think?
Prescott. He finds Austin complete. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. 1st down, and he gets out of bounds.
Yeah, you have to like the play calling because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
47.
They'll throw again. Prescott. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Harold Landry in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. Throwing on 2nd and long. Prescott. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's 3rd down now. Ninth play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. Prescott now. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And he will take it out to the 25-yard line. Cooper was the intended target. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. And I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we'd made one more play, we could have had our shutout.
To throw is Tannehill. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeMarcus Lawrence picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Throwing now, Tannehill. Got it, it's Brown. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Let's go, let's bring it.
Hey, Wahoo! Ready?
A shotgun snap for Tannehill. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Sponge! No! Jim! Kill! Turn up! Leo! Switch! Go!
Tannehill. And he's going to go down again. Antoine Woods. He's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks.
Had about 3 or 4 drop kicks. damn fumble. He wouldn't turn around and pick up. I'm talking to my team. I'm cussing my team out. I ain't got nothing to do with this.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Now a handoff to Henry. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to fourth down. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Here's Brett Kern now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the fourth quarter. Here's Austin. So possession goes over here on the punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit triple zeros. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. So this one, a Tennessee Titan victory, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the fourth quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
Yeah, I'm going to bed, man.
Oh, nigga, Mr. I'm gonna play another one. Sorry, ass nigga. I specifically asked him, like, yo, you gonna play another one? He like, yeah. What happened to all night ago?
Yeah, some other shit. Some other shit.
I told the office that nigga had, 69? Yeah, that nigga better take his ass to bed. Use a ball. 38 yards passing, 38 yards, 38 yards rushing.
What?
Breaks off that nigga.
I mean, so I took 2 L's. I mean, what's the? I don't understand. So what?
Yeah, whatever. Nigga, you said you playing against what's up, nigga? Put him a shot.
No, I told you I got something else going on right now. Goddamn it! What you hear? You talking about, you fat bitch? You taking your weak ass to bed anyway? Well, you play that man then, hoe. Otherwise, don't be talking to me, nigga.
Nigga, you want to say
12:40.
He didn't say that. He said this was his last one. And after that, I said, hey, Corey, you playing again? You said, yeah.
Yeah, you know what, J Hall? I'm gonna kick your ass. Yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna kick your ass, J Hall. Send me the challenge, bitch.
Nah, nigga, you sent me the challenge.
I ain't sending you shit, nigga. Send me the challenge your last time I'm leaving the party. Send me the challenge.
Bad challenge coming.
That nigga punk you, somebody will fuck your big ass. You the party, take your cow ass.
I don't give a shit. I'm gonna whoop that nigga ass one time, so it's all good. I'll do whatever you want. I'll do whatever you want me to do. As long as I get a win before I go to bed, that's all that matters to me.
Don't worry, you be hopping online and then playing some other niggas. I don't know you want to bed anytime soon. Niggas early.
Nah, nigga. After I get out, after I get off this, I'm gonna go.
What's wrong with yours?
I'm not seeing it.
So you want to use mine to lose mine?
Look, I just want to see if I can order me something. Never mind. Don't worry about it. How can I lose yours?
Same way you lost yours.
Well, I went in here with it. I'm right here.
About to get these Vikings. You can't join them. Beat them. Can't beat them. Cheat them. I'm about to beat your ass, nigga.
How to do shit.
Yeah, nigga, at least you trying to be a man of your word, nigga.
The NFL on EA Sports has come to the Twin Cities at US Bank Stadium in downtown Minneapolis. It can certainly get loud inside this building, and just a few moments ago when the Vikings were introduced, it was downright shaking in here. They're set for football as the Vikings get ready to do battle with the Dallas Cowboys. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Double tight, guys, double tight. 3 down, 3 down. Hey, we're good, we're good. Hey, echo.
Now Cousins. And this is Cook with a grab. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I had missed him, it would have been a long night.
On 2nd down, Cook takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
It's a gain of a yard.
61, matchbox, right.
Cousins now from the 50. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. They'll run for it. Cook. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And this defense delivers a turnover on downs on the very first drive of the afternoon. Good starting position for the Cowboys here as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Shamar Stephen busting through to get him for a loss of 6. To try again after the sack. Prescott under pressure again, and down he goes again. The defensive end, Daniil Hunter, drops him. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. Give him 30 yards there.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Prescott to throw it. Trying to set up the screen, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold
up. But he
trusted
his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it. Be aggressive, because I've got the Wild Bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Now we'll see what his offense can do. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 23. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. He was looking for his tight end there, Kyle Rudolph, but it'll be 2nd down. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Cousins gives way to Cook. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6. On 3rd down, Cousins. And that is incomplete. Anthony Brown right there to knock it away.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Bailey's kick is good. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Let's go. Let's go.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
No running room for Zeke on 1st down, as he'll maybe get a yard out of that. Give him maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer. On 2nd and 9, Prescott. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 15 yards on the play, 1st down. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. First down, Prescott. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Everson Griffin on the sack, taken to the 4th round back in 2010. What a steal. Another try after the first down sack. Prescott, he's going to get this to Austin, complete. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. A good-looking drive for the Cowboys so far. It's a first down. Now Elliott. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. On second and goal, Prescott looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Anthony Harris, and he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line. Cooper was the target there.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
On the carry, it's Cook, and he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. On 2nd and 9, Cousins. It's complete to Laquan Treadwell.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball in the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. First down, here's the run with Cook. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. On second down now, it's Cook. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. Cousins from the gun on third. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down.
As far as tight ends go, this guy's not a speed burner. He's much more of an inline blocking type of a tight end. But how about this last play? Made a nice catch and picked up a first down.
That's what impresses me about him. When he's called upon, usually gets it done. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. It's complete to Diggs. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. Okay, so now the question, how did he get that wide open?
Well, we both know that he shouldn't, because from the time they handed out scouting reports before this game, he was circled, starred, everything. Find him, cover him. But sometimes you can scheme a guy open. You put the receivers in a bunch. Maybe you move some motion. Maybe you put him on the backside of a formation, and all of a sudden you've got a better matchup. Every now and then, the offensive guys, they figure a way to get him open, even with everyone keeping eyes on him.
And that's certainly a guy they want to keep trying to scheme open. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on third down. On 3rd and 1, here's Cousins. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see Charles come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 10 more there and another first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. 2nd and goal from inside the 5.
6-man.
Give to Cook out of the gun. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. They come out here in the eye. This Cowboy defense trying to hold them out of the end zone. They've run it to 3rd and goal.
Hatchet. 300.
They'll run for it with Cook. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Dalvin Cook as the first half is winding down. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation, either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
11 yards and a Cowboy first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
46.
Throwing. Prescott. Completes it to Austin. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up to about the 20. Six-yard line just across the 25.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Looking to throw. Prescott. And that's Elliott. Complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Cowboy first down.
I'm coming after you. We're going to 53. Gun.
A first down throw for Prescott. He finds Austin complete. That throw good for 4. It's second down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Shamar Stephen there on the tackle. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Prescott on the right side. This is Austin with a catch. And he lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. 20, 10, 5. And they will finally get to him, but a great return has set him up 1st and goal at the 5.
Hey, whatever happened to the days of just getting a fumble recovery? Everyone's into taking it the other way and trying to create points themselves, aren't they?
Well, they are, and now a terrific opportunity inside the 5. The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? 1st and goal. Now we've got movement up front, and I think this is going to be on Minnesota. The situation changes a bit now. 1st and goal from back at the 10. Cook following the penalty. And a nice pickup there as he'll take it from the 10 down to the 5-yard line.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. He's at the 50, 30, the 20, 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. So from one end zone all the way to the other. Talk about a turnaround.
And how about the excitement that play generates for his team? Not just the points on the board, but the momentum and taking it from coast to coast, end zone to end zone. What a tremendous play. Now get that man an oxygen tent.
That's your boy Old Mo. You said momentum, right?
Old Mo, I think he's kind of limping across at the end because of that distance, but he made it.
Oh, I forgot, man. Yeah, they was still against you.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20.
At their own 18-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And following the pick 6, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
They told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
It's the game 2. Brings up 3rd and 5.
22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber.
Here's Cousins. Going deep for Diggs. It got his man complete. Cousins finding Diggs on a big one. And even 40 yards.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around to make a play on the football.
Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And he'll run straight into a wall of tacklers at the line of scrimmage. It's 2nd down. Throwing on 2nd down. Cousins. And Diggs has it. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line.
It's a gain of 18. That's another Vikings first down. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Cousins to the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. Tight end Irv Smith, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. DeMarcus Lawrence. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. To throw is Cousins. He's got Smith here. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll run with Cook. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. And they got the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Danielle Hunter able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. Throwing on second and long. Prescott, and the pressure gets to him again. Danielle Hunter getting him once again his third sack of the afternoon. Third and long for Prescott. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked up by Anderson-Dejo. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at the 41-yard line.
54 Mike. Exit.
Following the interception, Cousins. He's going to look deep. It's caught at the 10. Give him 32 on the play. Charles, you talk so much about quick change plays. There's one right there. You get the turnover, and boom, hit him with a big one.
And defenses plan for this all the time. They work on it in practice. But in the middle of the game, when that quick change takes place, oftentimes guys aren't as focused as they need to be.
It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be second and goal. Second down and goal. Cousins. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. That catch good for 8, but still, it's third and goal now.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He had told his quarterback,
rush coming, and he's taken down. Leighton Vander Esch wreaking havoc with a sack. Well, they're going to try this. They need 5 full yards to hit the end zone here on fourth and goal, but they're going for it.
Hey, Delta.
Cousins to throw for it on 4. And Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. A 5-yard touchdown catch. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage.
4th and goal, and they found a way to throw it in the end zone for a touchdown.
And these defenses, they just like 3 downs, get off the field. But here they had to go 4, couldn't get it done.
A lot of the time, you're looking up and saying, okay, if I hold them for 3, at worst, I give up a field goal attempt. When they go for it, sometimes it really affects the defense because maybe they're not mentally prepared to go that 4th down.
That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track? And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
First down, here's Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 17 yards, first down, Vikings. They'll run on first down. It's Cook, and he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. They run it again with Cook. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up 1st and goal. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. Anthony Brown right there to knock it away. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's the bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
Yeah, I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. And Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Extra point up and good by Bailey. And the lead is now 24. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
The throw once more on 2nd and 10. Prescott.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike. 47. 26.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Dak and the offense still out there. They're going to go for it.
Here I come. Go. Here I come.
We're going to 53.
Under 10. Under 10.
Now Prescott on 4th down. And this is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone.
Coming to you.
Throwing here, Cousins. And this one to Treadwell, complete. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
As much football as we watch, we've seen this work many times. In the red zone, first down, take a shot at the end zone, and points result. In this case, though, give credit to the defense. They outguessed them, were prepared, and intercepted the pass.
Watch the curl.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. And, boy, this defense, again, really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Come on.
On 2nd down, it's Pollard. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. It's a win for the Vikings as we say so long from Minneapolis. The NFL on EA Sports has come to the Twin Cities at U.S. Bank Stadium in downtown Minneapolis. The scene a short time ago, this crowd decked out in purple, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football, folks, as the Vikings get set to do battle with Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the...
Yep.